if we're comfortable, we're not growing. And that's so trite and sounds cliche, but people need to hear that. Like, right, they hear it, but or listen to it, but they need to really hear it. That if you're in your comfort zone, you're not growing and you're not achieving your full potential as a human being, be it in a relationship, be it in a business, be it in your personal fitness, your spirituality, whatever it is, if you're just super comfortable, you're really plateaued and you're stuck. And I believe that, we've been given a great gift of life. We need to do the most we can with it. I do believe that you have to, the majority of the time, be stretching just a little bit beyond your comfort zone so that you grow and you get better and you improve as a human being. And how I'd relate that to business is if you have an employee that is doing well, that's the exact time to give that employee more responsibility. Not after they've been doing well for a long, long time. If they've been doing well for a quarter, that's great. Then inch them up in a little more responsibility and explain, you've been doing really well. And again, it's all in how you serve up the feedback. It shouldn't just be, oh, you're crushing it, because that's so vague. A big thing is for me is I hire for traits. I don't necessarily hire for skills. I hire for traits, which are more innate. You can't teach hard work. You can't teach tenacity. If you can't put in what God left out, it's just not going to happen. At least not, 40-year-old, you're not going to do that. You're not going to change him or her. So you have to hire for traits, and then you can teach the skills. Skills, by the definition of the word, are learned. They're learned abilities. And so, as long as as a leader, you're willing to pour into that person and take the time shoulder to shoulder to teach them, or send them to seminars or courses or whatever it may be to to let them learn that skill, they will grow. And I've found that, I have pretty low turnover. I've historically had very low turnover in the companies that I worked, and my own companies, for the people that reported directly to me, because I think they know, I'm confident they feel that I genuinely care about them and them growing and them learning additional skills, even if that means that they may get so many skills that now their skill set is priced out of my company, what I can afford to pay. That's okay. That's okay. Because you'll get so much more output from the person. And you said win-win earlier. I mean, to me, that's the win-win, is the company is benefiting and the employee is benefiting. And corporate America, one of the bad raps they have is that, everybody's treated like a number. And to some extent, that is kind of true, that they just want a certain output from an employee, versus pour into that employee, show them you're loyal, and they will show loyalty back as long as you've continued to help build their skill sets. But if you leave them in the same role or give them the same, why would you expect them to have any higher output or do any better for you?